As the air war over Japan intensified in 1945, the Japanese needed to find a design that could counter the streams of US Superfortress bombers flying high over their country. One such design was the Kyushu Shinden, a radical idea with a canard layout and a 6-bladed propeller. I've wanted to make one for a long time. I've now got one. Let's have a look what you get inside the box, right here on Gary's Stuff. Hello there, I'm Gary, welcome to my channel and welcome back if you've been here before. Today is box opening day on the kit of the week, and that kit is the Kyushu Shinden in 1/48 scale from Hasegawa. Now, if you've already got one of these, you want to know how to put it together, there will be a build video later in the week. Indeed, there'll also be a context video where I'll have a look at the history of the aircraft and a quick look at what other kits are also available or have been available as well. If you don't want to miss out on these, best thing to do is to make sure you've subscribed to the channel and hit the bell, because that way you'll get notified of all my future content as it is published. And of course, anything you do like on my channel, please give it the imperial thumbs up on the like button below, because every like counts. Now, if you want to give a bit more concrete support to the channel, you can do that through super thanks by becoming a channel member or by using any of my online partner programs. Or indeed, as Dane Stewart did, send me a kit to make. Dane, thank you very much for this. I've got to say, I've already built it and I've really enjoyed it, so thank you very much. If you are looking to get one of these, want to know what's in the box, then you are very much in the right place. So let's make a start and have a look at what you get inside the box of the 1/48 scale Kyushu Shinden from Hasegawa. So here's the Kyushu Shinden box. Very nice piece of artwork by Kyushu Shinden. Very nice. Shows off the general plan form really well. The 6-bladed prop and so on. That's a nice looking plane, oddly enough, I think. Anyway, let's have a look inside. So, instruction sheet, fantastic. We have a sheet of decals, not very many decals, but that's fine. I don't mind that at all. This plastic bag here contains the transparent parts. And then we have all of the plastic in here as well. Let's have a look at all the separate parts in a bit more detail. So first of all, we have frame A, half of the fuselage. This is one of the fins, main wheels, the rudder bars and instrument panel main legs, nose gear bay, something, and of course the big 6-bladed propeller. Frame B is the other half of the fuselage. This is the other fin, the nose wheel leg, and nose wheel, the fairings and the back end of the engine, propeller boss. This is the nose canard, a couple of bits of the interior as well. Frame C is basically just the bottom half of the wing with the undercarriage bays built in. Frame D is obviously the top halves of the wings, the main gear doors, the seat and the standing pilot figure. Frame E, just bits and pieces from the interior of the cockpit, control column, wheels, things like this, oxygen bottles, nose gear doors, the cockpit tub and the air cooling intakes here. Frame F is the transparent frame. On this there is just simply the windshield, the sliding canopy and the rear canopy. I've actually got some paint masks for these coming. I don't know if I'm going to do it open or closed cockpit. I'll probably do it closed cockpit because I'm not sure whether this will actually slide over the rear canopy yet, but we'll see. I'll probably do it as a closed cockpit. The actual panel lines are okay. They're raised, which is a bit of a pain, but but we'll still be able to do some weathering on them, or at least what I'll probably do is do a bit of pre-shading on them so they show up just a little, although it's going to be dark green, so it might be a little troublesome. Anyway, the mouldings are absolutely lovely. They're crisp and sharp. They seem very, very fine, actually. As I say, the panel lines being raised instead of recessed is an issue for me. I do like this engine part, this rear engine part. It's very, very nicely moulded. That's quite a complex little moulding piece there, especially with these, I guess, extractor fans or something for the cooling system there. They're actually really moulded well. You know, for an injection mould, I think that's actually really good, personally. The interior doesn't have much to it, to be honest, but that's not the end of the world. Likewise, the cockpit tab isn't hugely detailed, but it's okay. You've got like throttles and I presume a pitch lever or something. It should be a constant pitch prop, I imagine. Some sort of levers on here anyway. Again, it could be a lack of original data to look at, or it could just be, well, let's not worry about it too much. I don't know, but the thing is the mouldings are really crisp. The actual moulding itself is nice and crisp, and that's good because that kind of suggests it might fit together okay. Where are we here? We've got oxygen bottles and the like. We have here the control column joystick, if you will, and that, I don't know if you can see, it's got sort of that etched mouldings on the grip, which is very nice. Nice little detail. But they're fine. They're really nice. The instruction sheet, very basic, very simple, two-color design. Basically, just that's the whole thing in one page, essentially. Yeah, everything seems to go to this little arrows for everything, which is nice, rather than just exploded diagrams. There's arrows for everything. Paint colours are marked on there. Things like that. It's all very nice, and of course the little figure at the end. So it's a simple kit. There's not really much need for too much complication. And here we have essentially the colour scheme that's supplied. It's for the first aircraft that flew. I mean, you know, they only flew one or two of these things anyway, maybe even one. I'll have to check it out. But so there's not a lot of variation. You could have fun as a what-if aircraft, I suppose, by doing all sorts of camouflage schemes if you want. But anyway, the basic is dark green on top, navy or Air Force grey underneath, yellow at the front of the leading edges here, bits of yellow on the tips of the props. The props and the spinner are all listed as mahogany, so maybe they're just basically wood. Other than that, that's pretty much it. There's not a lot of colour detail to go on there. Not a lot of decal detail to go on either. We'll have a look at those in a minute. And on the back here we have a frame map and some basic instructions of things like how to put the decals on. So yeah, basic, but they work. And that's essentially at the end of the day all we really care about is that they work. The decal sheet is fairly basic, as I've mentioned. Essentially, national roundels, it's Japan, the red circles. I'm guessing these are probably don't step markings or something like that. That's essentially the whole thing. Again, it was a prototype. It didn't go into service. There weren't the need for extensive decals and extensive stenciling over the whole thing as a prototype. If it had gone into service, there might have been more. If you're going to do a what-if version, you might look in your spares tray for something off of a Zero or something like that with lots of things that are obviously press here, don't press here, sort of markings. But otherwise, you know, it's going to be enough for what we're making. And again, for what we're doing, they're sharp, and they don't have to be massively sharp. You know, that's probably good enough for this scale. Again, if you're going to do something with a what if and you want to use a lot of other decals, stencils and whatever, I'm sure you can find them. So there we go, an interesting plane. Looks relatively uncomplicated to build. The parts look really nice. Okay, raised panel lines, not the greatest fan, but we'll deal with them. If you've enjoyed the show, and I hope you have, please do remember, Imperial thumbs up on the like button below if you'd be so kind, because every like counts. If you'd like to see more content like the build video and the context video of this kit and future kits of the week, please do remember, subscribe and hit the bell. That way you get notified of all the content as it is published. Thank you so very much for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Take very good care now, and goodbye.